So let's get into Sheffield United at home to Chelsea. Sheffield United, of course, still bottom of the table, and Chelsea, well, they've started well under Tuchel. It has to be said. Sheffield United, Brian was in for Amadou, Bogle was in for Baldock. Up front, they had Burke and McBurney. He hadn't been up front for a while with injuries. For Tuchel's men, 3 changes. Thiago, so Christensen came in for him, was back at left back, and Giroud in for Odoi. Havertz, I didn't see him on the bench either. I don't know whether he's carrying a knock. 30 seconds, a quick break for Sheffield United, and they should have scored. Burke, erratic shot in space inside the box. He should have at least worked the keeper. Werner, 5 minutes, managed to evade the offside trap, and he clipped it over the goalkeeper, but Basham was on hand to clear off the line. Escape for the Blades. 11 minutes, a lofted cross to the far post. Basham was brought down by Chilwell, but on closer examination there was a foot offside. Otherwise it would have definitely been a penalty. A lucky legaue for the England fullback. 35 minutes, Chelsea attack getting more purposeful. Mount had an effort that was blocked, but 3 minutes before the break, nothing they could do about his connection. Following great work by Werner, and 1-0 to Chelsea into the half-time break. Second half, and 54 minutes on the clock, and a bit of a calamity really from Rudiger. He tried to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. He should have actually just cleared it into the stands, but he didn't. He was delicate, and he beat his goalkeeper with a nice touch. The problem is it hit the back of the net, and that was the equaliser for Sheffield United. But to be honest, 57 minutes, it was Chelsea back in front. This time, Werner broke the offside trap again, but Ramsdale decided to bring him down. Jorginho stepped up, and he rarely misses, and he didn't on this occasion. So he slotted it home, and that was 2-1 for Chelsea. Chelsea were very much in the ascendancy. A lot of huff and puff from the Blades as usual, but we got to the full-time whistle. A deserving win for Chelsea, who are now up to 4th. Full-time score then at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 1, Chelsea 2. First of Sunday's games was at White Hart Lane. Spurs at home to West Brom. Harry Kane was back, probably ahead of time, but he was in the starting lineup, and I'm sure that everybody was happy with that. Lamela and Moura were in for Spurs. Sissoko back on the bench, what other news? West Brom had their new loan on show from Arsenal, Maitland-Niles. Early chances though for Spurs. Kane hit the bar on 14 minutes. One suspected that if he was fully fit, he'd have put it away. Aurelia with the cross. 17 minutes, Kane again. He swept it wide of the post, and one felt that perhaps he wasn't really 100%. But so be it. 31 minutes, another strike by Kane, this time pushed away by Johnson. But we got to the break, it was goalless. But the chances still were happening in 53 minutes after a great ball from Højbjerg. Kane put through on the left, and this time he made no mistake, 1-0. And then a few minutes later, Moura, who looked impressive throughout, he broke through and he fed Son, and Son sealed the match with a beautifully taken goal. That was 2-0. Not a lot from West Brom, really. They did have a goal disallowed for offside on 59. And in fact, they had 2 goals disallowed for offside. The same player, Diagne, who looked like he might be a promising signing for them. But they were both clearly offside. And so at the end of the day, Spurs stopped that poor run of 3 defeats. Final score then at the White Hart Lane, Spurs 2, West Bromwich Albion 0. So to Molineux then, Wolves at home to Leicester. I didn't see much of this match. Early effort by Neves shot over on 10 minutes. And then another opportunity following good work by Neto. But Justin got in the way to block an effort from Traore that was goal bound. 20 minutes, a free kick to the Foxes. Maddison onto the ball, but it was easy for Patricio. And Barnes, looking menacing on 33 minutes, teamed up with Iniacho, but the defence managed to thwart that attack. It was goalless at the break. Second half, Neves blasted over 47 minutes. And then a great run by Traore to the byline, but there was nobody on the end of it in the middle. 65 minutes, and Moutinho let fly, but it went quite close. But 72 minutes, Barnes had a shot that was blocked, and the effort then fell to Vardy a little bit later, who come on as a sub. He only played, I think, 20 minutes, but his effort was wide. It was inevitable that this game was going to be tight, and to be honest, it lacked a bit of a killer touch at either end. So we ran out at full time with the predictable scoreline of Wolves 0, Leicester City 0. Oh, the main event then on this Sunday was Liverpool placed 4th at kick-off against Manchester City, top of the table. Mane was back for the Reds, and he was involved early on, 23 minutes, but he headed over from an Alexander-Arnold cross. 35 minutes, Sterling was felled by Urbino. It looked a bit soft, but he did actually clip him. But Gundogan stepped up and he missed the penalty. So half time it was goalless. City just shading it, but nothing much between them. And Gundogan had obviously had a little bit of a kick up the backside because he converted after some intricate play in the Liverpool box. Sterling was involved, weaving his magic. And Foden, his assist, his shot was partially saved by Alisson, but not good enough. Parried to Gundogan 1-0. Diaz then brought Salah down on 62, and the Egyptian stepped up and put the penalty wide of Ederson, so it was 1-1. But City was certainly looking on top at this stage. And the last quarter, they showed their class. Gundogan was on hand to convert a dreadful piece of play by Alisson, and his clearance went straight to Foden, and from the byline, Foden clipped it back and Gundogan converted. And then 75 minutes, Alisson repeated the giving the ball away in possession, this time to Bernardo, and he found Sterling in the box, and that was 3-1. So 2 goalkeeping errors had put City on the road to victory. And then a great goal on 82 by Phil Foden. He ripped in the 4th, and it whipped past Alisson. Nothing the keeper could do about that. But the champions looked very dispirited at the end. City emphatic, to say the least. That's the first time they've won at Anfield for a few seasons, but they've certainly cemented their place now at the top of the table. I suspect that this could be the end of Liverpool retaining the championship. So final score at Anfield, then Liverpool 1, Manchester City 4.